What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I have already given you guys the top 5 most seductive men's fragrances, but some of those fragrances were a little pricey, and I know a lot of you guys, you want to smell good, but you don't want to spend a ton of money. So today I'm giving you guys the top 5 most cheap seductive men's fragrances. Let's get into it. So everyone has a different definition of cheap. In my opinion, $40 or less is cheap when it comes to fragrances. After I get past that $40 range, then I'm like, okay, this is, a little more expensive. But some people, they think $60 is cheap. Some people, they think 30 is cheap. For me, it is 40. With that being said, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5 is Guess Seductive Homme Noir. So this is a clone of Paco Rabanne 1 million, and it's a really good clone in my opinion, especially for the price. On FragranceNet, you can get this one for about $20. This pops up at the rack stores all the time, though, for that $15 range. So like I said, it is a clone of 1 million. So off the top, it is very fresh, spicy. But as it dries down, you get this fruity amber sweetness. There's a little bit of this vanilla tonka bean vibe as well. Very seductive stuff right here. Smells amazing, in my opinion. The quality is actually pretty solid as well for the price. Performance isn't the best. I only get about 4 to 5 hours. But if you're going to pick this thing up for $15, I don't think you could really complain about 4 to 5 hours of performance. If you want a cheaper alternative to Paco Rabanne 1 million, this is a fantastic option. Coming in at number 5, Guess Seductive Homme Noir. Coming in at number 4 is Michael Jordan Legend. This is another one you could pick up for $20 on FragranceNet. This one pops up at the rack stores a lot as well. I believe I picked this one up for about $15 at a rack store. This is a beautiful gourmand fragrance. This one kind of smells like a syrupy pancake in some ways. So it has this syrupy sweetness to it. It's a little bit of coffee. As it dries down, the sweetness ramps up, but there's this white floral note as well. Very nice stuff right here. Definitely doesn't smell like a $15 fragrance. The quality, this is another one. Very good quality for the price. I would say this one is more of a fall wintertime fragrance. You could definitely pull it off in spring during those cooler days. Performance for me is solid. I get 6 to 7 hours of performance out of this stuff. Fantastic option to go with right here. Coming in at number 4, Michael Jordan Legend. Coming in at number 3 is Calvin Klein Eternity Reflections. I recently picked this one up. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. You could get this one on FragranceNet for about $30. This is very interesting because this is a summertime release, but the notes don't really scream summertime. Off the top, you have absinthe, so it has this citrusy kind of minty freshness to it. But then in the middle, there is the note of chocolate. That is the only middle note to this thing right here. The chocolate kind of comes across as like this cocoa butter smell. Very nice, actually, in my opinion. And in the base, you get oak moss, which gives it this nice kind of dark greenness. It all comes together pretty nice, though. I do really enjoy this one. I was kind of on the fence if I liked it or not when I first smelled it. But after I've given it more wearings, I actually really do enjoy this stuff right here. If you've never had a chocolate fragrance before, fantastic way to dip your toe into that kind of scent DNA. Big compliment getter as well. I wore it today and I actually did receive a compliment. I myself didn't receive a compliment, but the fragrance did. I was at a grocery store and I was in an aisle, and this lady, she was on the phone and she walked past me and she was telling her friend how good the aisle smelled. So I guess that counts as a compliment. You can wear this one year round, maybe not during those super hot summer days because it does have kind of this dense sweetness to it. Performance is solid. I get 6 to 7 hours of performance out of this stuff. Don't sleep on this one, guys. A very interesting scent. Coming in at number 3, Calvin Klein Eternity Reflections. Coming in at number 2, Coach for Men Platinum. So this is the most expensive fragrance on this list. This comes in just under $40 on FragranceNet, but it is very, very nice. The way I would describe this one is you take the Dior Sauvage DNA and you add pineapple in the opening and vanilla in the dry down. So off the top, you get this blast of pineapple sweetness. As it dries down, you do get that kind of shower gel and Brox and Dior Sauvage DNA, but they add this big dose of vanilla sweetness in the base. Another one, very seductive, big compliment getter. Performance is good. I get 6 to 7 hours of performance out of this stuff right here. I will say though, it is pretty synthetic, so just keep that in mind. It may be kind of headache inducing if you overspray this one, so don't go too heavy on the sprays. If you like the Dior Sauvage DNA, you're gonna love this stuff right here. Coming in at number 2, Coach for Men Platinum. Coming in at number 1, Calvin Klein Eternity Flame. This is a banger right here. Another Eternity fragrance in this video. The name can be kind of deceiving. It's not very spicy at all. So when you think of flame, you would probably think of like a spicy scent. This is more of a blue fragrance in my opinion. You can get this one in that $25 range on FragranceNet. Off the top is pineapple, so you get this blast of this nice fruity pineapple. In the mid, there's some rosemary, which gives it this nice green, sort of fresh spiciness. But then as it dries down, the main star is amber and leather. So it has this very ambery sweetness, and then that leather counterbalances it and works really well together. Performance is solid. I get 6 hours of performance out of this stuff. This is another one that does pop up at the rack stores a good amount. You could definitely wear this one year round in my opinion. Any situations, any occasions, it's going to work very, very well. Coming in at number 1, Calvin Klein Eternity Flame. All right, that wraps up the top 5 most cheap seductive fragrances for men. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Have a fantastic day. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.